Cadillac, earlier known as the elegant brand, now is struggling to cope up with the increased competition and international market around the globe, especially Germans, with their luxurious cars and great engines. In the 90s, Cadillac was a status symbol, then which was drove by actors, singers, athletes and celebrities, and driving around a Cadillac was a pride and it quickly became a luxury car. Cadillac was actually founded in 1902 by Henry M. Leland when Henry Ford left the company. In the early years, the car design was practically same, but soon it was able to distinguish themselves by the Ford cars. Except the design, they also set milestones in the automobile industry with the world's first engine self-starter and a fully enclosed cabin. Around 1920s and 30s, they made themselves a proper luxury car with the model La Salle, and it made the best days for Cadillac. But in 1950s and 60s, 10 fin styles were introduced and they set the standard for the upcoming luxury cars. The only competition the company main had was Lincoln, and that was too behind at that time. That time, Cadillacs were way too expensive and big in dimensions with huge gas tanks. With no outside competition, Cadillac was the most selling premium car brand. But after the 1970s, the economy dwindled and there was an oil crisis all around America, and owning Cadillac was becoming a pain at that time. They didn't care for the consumer wishes and came German automobiles, Mercedes and BMW, with their small and powerful sports cars to define a new luxury. The quality of the Germans was better, and then came the Japanese automaker Toyota in America, and that was a setback to the whole automobile industry with their affordable cars. As the population increased, the parking spaces were not big enough to fit the big Cadillacs. Cadillac's response to that increased competition was so poor as they started downsizing the size of their cars. In 19 looks became similar with the brands of the General Motors like Chevrolet and Buick, and the competition Lincoln responded great and distinguished themselves in the premium car market. Owning a Chevy or a Buick or a Cadillac became same by appearance and looks, and the status symbol eventually get lost. They started making really small cars as a reaction to the competition, but they were all flop. The sales dwindled from 31.4 to 22.3% as their share in the luxury car market. Instead, Lincoln's share in luxury market doubled and started outselling the Cadillacs. In 1990s, Cadillac was like any other general car with no looks and appeal like it had in the earlier times. Now the luxury market consisted of Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Porsche, Europeans and new brands like Lexus. They started dominating the entire market. The brand's reputation was miraculously saved by Escalade, a full-size SUV which saved the brand's reputation in 1999. It became a status symbol among the youth, although they were not able to revive the name back in the old days. Even though their cars are always included with top-notch technology and great engine power. In 2018, Mercedes-Benz sold 315,959 units on the top of the list, and Cadillac being at the bottom sold only 154,702 units behind. Their main cause of failure was unable to listen to customer needs and adapt with time, like other automobile kings. When they started to adapt, they also kind of forgot that they were also a luxury brand and looks matter too. If they would have understood their problem earlier with time, then the Cadillac value would have been remained like a king with a golden crown like earlier times. That is it for the episode. Subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. See you in the next episode.